Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. General Hospital sees Jacinda back on the scene. The timing is wild since she met Michael Corinthos the same night that Drew Kane Quartermain was shot. Michael may soon regret ever talking to that pretty girl at the bar at the Port Charles Grill. Last we heard, Jacinda was paid off by Nina Reeves and Portia Robinson after drugging Drew with ketamine. Jacinda took off to Australia, and we hadn't seen her again. However, she was name-dropped when Curtis Ashford was trying to find her so he could get Jacinda to come back and make false statements about Drew. Remember, that's what Kai Taylor overheard Curtis and Portia talking about. Curtis was prepared to pay Jacinda to say that Drew took the ketamine recreationally, and those were all lifestyle choices he was making. It was too bad for Curtis, because Drew found Jacinda first and paid her to disappear again. But either Drew didn't pay Jacinda enough to stay away forever, or it could be that Drew is the one who brought her back to town. If you remember, he's been plotting to do whatever he has to do to get WHTAS kids back to her, especially because Willow told Drew if he did get her kids back in her hands, then Willow will reunite with him. Jacinda may be part of that plot, because out of nowhere, Michael was chatting up Jacinda at the Port Charles Grill, and it seemed like some sort of con from the moment she spoke to Michael. First, Jacinda was worried about the cost of her drink, so Michael paid. And then they got to talking. There definitely seemed to be a connection there, a spark between Jacinda and Michael. Then we found out Michael's car was over near Drew's place when the congressman was shot. Tracy Quartermain told Michael she saw his car when she got to Drew and found him on the ground, shot twice. Tracy advised Michael, "Go get an alibi and don't tell me anything else about what you did the night Drew was shot." The very next day, just out of nowhere, Michael was at General Hospital for routine blood work. Then he saw Lulu Spencer's article on Drew doing body shots off Jacinda. That's when the light bulb went on, and Michael realized that was the same sketchy woman talking to me that Drew was with. This week, Michael is going to ask Curtis to help locate Jacinda. I'm guessing Curtis will be stunned to hear she's back in Port Charles, but Michael needs to find her. The big question is whether Jacinda and Michael left the Port Charles Grill together, whether they were together when Drew was shot, and whether Jacinda and Michael were hooking up while somebody was putting a couple of bullets in Drew's back. This could be a real Sophie's choice for Michael, because if Jacinda is his alibi, she could get Anna Devane off Michael's back about him being a suspect in Drew's shooting. However, if Jacinda is Michael's alibi, that could cause big problems in custody court, because he was with a prostitute and is admitting it to get an alibi. I kind of feel like Drew might have brought Jacinda back to town and offered her more cash to come and target Michael. Only Drew's plans might have gone awry when he was shot. Jacinda might be trying to score some backup cash from Portia and Nina right now. I am sure we're going to find out more very soon, because Drew is awake this week and answering questions about his shooting. I told you guys he wasn't going to die, because Frank Valentini doesn't give us nice things. Drew is going to live forever. The question is, are we going to see him summon Jacinda the prostitute to his hospital room for a chat? Hopefully not, because Willow would be furious if she saw that. Let's talk real quick about how this Jacinda thing could go really badly for Michael, and maybe this is what Drew had planned. First of all, nothing to do with Drew, but Jacinda could turn up pregnant if Michael had unprotected sex with her. After all, his last one-night stand with Sasha Gilmore produced a baby. Michael is pretty much as fertile as Sonny Corinthos, even though they're not blood-related. Tracy Quartermain would lose her entire mind if a Quartermain impregnated a hooker. Michael's mom, Carly Corinthos Spencer, would also lose it. Plus, it would look really bad for Michael in family court if he got another woman pregnant after another one-night stand, much less a prostitute. The second thing I feel is that Michael going to have blood drawn the day after seeing Jacinda is quite suspicious. I wonder if Drew offered Jacinda money to drug Michael the same way she drugged him. Drew had talked about having Portia tamper with blood tests to make Michael look like a druggie, and Portia fought back. But Drew might have decided to just do the plan with another partner in crime. Then Drew just happened to get shot. Jacinda may be trying to blackmail cash out of Nina and Portia because she thinks Drew won't pay her because he's at death's door. But he's waking up. The third thing to consider is that Michael comes and finds Jacinda, asks her to be his alibi to prove that he couldn't have shot Drew. Jacinda could lie and deny Michael's alibi, even though she was with him. Jacinda could say she saw Michael at the bar, but he left in plenty of time to go shoot Drew. If Michael can't prove he was with Jacinda, then he's got no alibi. She could even tell Anna that Michael was pressuring her to give a fake alibi, but Jacinda could say she refused. Now that Drew's awake, he may message Jacinda and pay her to not give Michael an alibi. A fourth thing that we could see is that Drew may hire Jacinda to show up to the custody hearing and tell lies about Michael or even truths if he did spend the night with her. We could see Jacinda embellishing and saying that Michael is a regular customer of hers. Jacinda could say, Michael does drugs and uses Jacinda's hooker services frequently. Pretty much anything to make him look unfit as a parent, because that could help get Willow's kids back to her, tarnish Michael, and get Drew the woman he wants back. The last thing is Drew might have set it up so Jacinda was seen with Michael at the grill and had someone photograph him with Jacinda to use that in custody court to prove Michael is an unfit parent who hangs out with hookers. Again, Drew could do that to get the kids taken away from him. No matter how it goes down, I suspect Jacinda is in town to do dirty work for Drew. We'll find out. And if so, that could be really bad news for Michael. We'll see what happens. You would think that Jacinda would be too scared to come back to Port Charles after Drew paid her to stay away. That's a big part of why I suspect that Drew might have had a hand in Jacinda's return. And he might be using her to destroy Michael's credibility and get Willow kids turned back over to her by the court. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.